Hello once again. My name is Monica. My channel name is Monica Beyond Cancer. I'm glad to be with you once again today. Let's keep pushing. Today actually is the 4th of February, and this day marks the World Cancer Day. Sadly for my country, Kenya, I don't know about other areas or other countries, but for my country, Kenya, the cancer cases continue to increase. But with faith and prayer, we are going to win. We shall win this battle. So as for me, I actually listen to a lot of inspirational talks. And one of my favorite ones are by Joseph Murphy. I could listen to Joseph Murphy on and on and on continuously to get that's where I get my also encouragement and inspiration, apart from reading spiritual books, reading religious books. I get a lot of encouragement and inspiration from that. So today we are going to talk about my experience, my first experience with chemotherapy. After I left hospital, I was given a lot of medication, including medication to heal my fractured femur. I had medication to boost my immunity. I had medication to build my blood. I think it was like a mini chemist in my bedroom. And also lots of advice about my diet. So 1 month later, it was time for me to go for my first chemotherapy. So again at home, I was reminded that I needed to keep warm in order to make it easy for the lab technician to access my veins. So I kept my upper body warm, including my arms, and even put on gloves, hand gloves, woolen hand gloves to keep my fingers also warm. And when we got to the clinic, I was prepared, ready for removal of the blood specimen for the lab works. But when the results came out after a while, I was told my hemoglobin level was very low, and chemotherapy could not be administered at that with the hemoglobin that low. My hemoglobin level was down to 6.7, and my weight had still remained at 44 kilograms. So after the doctor at the chemotherapy clinic consulted my primary care doctor, my primary care doctor recommended 2 units of blood transfusion prior to my chemotherapy. So at that clinic, we made arrangements for purchase of 2 units of blood to facilitate the transfusion. And I was asked to come in the following day to get the first unit. So I went back the following day in the morning, and I got the first unit transfused, and went back home, and then came back again the next day and got the second unit of transfusion. We purchased actually the units. It costed us uh, around, that was Kenya shillings 20,000, an equivalent of 155 US dollars at that time, that is in the year 2023. So for 2 units, that was a total of $310, that is 40,000 Kenya shillings. So after I got the 2 units transfused, I now went back again for a 3rd visit, and again after blood works were done, my hemoglobin level had increased to a level whereby now they could administer the chemo. So I lay down on a bed, and the chemo was administered intravenously, that's through IV. But again, what perplexed me on that day, there was this one medication that was covered in a brown paper bag. And I was wondering, oh, this medicine must be so lethal. They don't even want me to look to see it. And when I inquired, I was told that that medication is not supposed to be exposed to light. That is the reason why it is covered in a brown bag. So the chemo session went on very well without any complications. It went on quite well until the session ended, and I was offered a meal, which my caregiver assisted me by feeding me actually. And after that, I was asked to take a rest for about 1 hour before heading home. So I rested on that bed for about an hour, and we headed back home. All along, I was quite well. I didn't have any issue, nothing of concern. But until now, around 6 in the evening, I started feeling nausea. And with the nausea came violent vomiting. I had read and even heard from YouTube people describing that vomiting as violent, and it truly is violent. I had suffered many bouts of malaria fever, and malaria fever most of the times is accompanied by vomiting, but it was nothing. That the malaria fever vomiting is nothing compared to vomiting after chemotherapy. The vomiting is truly violent, true to its word. And also, the vomiting aside, I also had diarrhea, serious diarrhea. I could hardly hold anything in my stomach. I would either diarrhea or just vomit. Now I was given medication for nausea to stop the vomiting, and also medicine to stop the vomiting, and also medicine to stop the diarrhea. But it took me like 3 days for the medicine to take effect. So for the vomiting to stop and also to stop the diarrhea. And after that, I relaxed, and I continued with the diet that I had been encouraged to be taking, and also drank a lot of water, at least to hydrate after losing a lot of water through the diarrhea and through the vomiting. And I forgot to tell you also, after the chemo, I also got an injection. after the intravenous chemo, I got an injection, and the injection was bortezomib. The bortezomib injection also had its own effects on me, because the next day my hand was really swollen and almost feeling itchy. So my caregiver massaged me twice a day with warm water, and would rub some menthol balm on the skin, at least just to reduce the effect of the swelling, and also the effect of the itchy effect. So, and I'm going to leave you with a short clip of how I prepare myself since to go to see my primary care doctor. Although the cancer is in remission, but I still have to undergo maintenance therapy. So every month I pay a visit to my primary care doctor just for review and see my progress. So have a look at the short clip on how I prepare for that. Meantime, please remember to subscribe to my channel, share it, and also comment. I'm looking forward to your comments, that some of them can be encouraging to me, some encouragement to me, or you can share your experiences also as a cancer warrior. So for now, see you on the next video. Bye. Hello, it's Monica again. Today I'm going to show you how I prepare to go for my clinic. So today I have a medic here who has come to collect my samples to be taken for blood work. And this is a free service courtesy of my laboratory. He's now getting ready with his equipment for sample collection. So what next, Daktari?
Now from there, I'm gonna just put the concrete here,
Okay.
so that I can tie to locate the vein.
Yes.
Like this. This is just a barrel to avoid cross contamination from this concrete.
Okay.
So this is what we do. Tie like this.
Okay.
Then from there,
Ready to make the fist?
yes, make the fist so that we can locate the vein. Yes, the one. So I'm going to sterilize the place where I'm going to prick, like this. And this is the wet swab.
Okay.
And this is the dry swab. And we have the needle. This is the vacutainer needle.
Okay.
This is a new one. It's not broken. So once you break like this.
Okay.
Then this is the one.
So are you ready to do that?
Yes. Now this is this is the tube that I'm going to collect the sample.
Yeah.
This for chemistry, and this is for hematology.